What's up everybody, Ramey here, and today we're talking about our Rogue Boneyard barbells. Are they worth it? Should you go out and buy one? And who are these made for? For those of you that haven't looked on Rogue's website, Rogue sells Boneyard barbells, which are barbells that have slight imperfections, such as changes in the knurl, like double tack knurl. They could have things like scratches on them. Basically imperfections. The barbells are guaranteed to be fully functional, but they have some imperfections on them. I want to kind of talk about, can these imperfections affect you? And is it worth buying a Boneyard barbell? If you look at the prices of Boneyard barbells, they're typically in there's some that are like, the prices change, but typically like $175 for the lower end ones, up to like $275 plus for the higher end ones. Overall though, if you go and you're looking for a specific bar on Rogue's website, you're typically gonna get like 30 to 40% off the cost of the bar new. The disadvantage of that obviously is those imperfections, and there is no warranty on a Boneyard bar. So we're gonna talk about that. So first of all, let me talk about my Boneyard bars. I actually own 3 Rogue Boneyard bars. I've got, right here on my rack right now, I've got a Rogue Ohio Power Bar, which was bought in the Boneyard. Next to me, I've got a Rogue Deadlift Barbell, which was bought in the Boneyard, and a Rogue Bella Bar that I bought for my wife that I bought in the Boneyard. And then I have a regular Rogue Ohio bar that I actually paid for over COVID, full price for. So let's talk about the differences between these bars. What happens when you're buying a bar in the Boneyard? So first of all, one of the biggest differences, the first thing when you buy a bone from the Boneyard, you know you're taking a risk. The risk is, how blemished is my bar going to be? When you buy the bar from the Boneyard, you know that there's a chance that it's going to be really not great, but usable. And there's a good chance you might get a bar that you can't even find an imperfection on. So let's talk about my experiences buying these, and basically what I've seen online from other people buying them throughout the years, kind of the experiences and the average experience, what to expect. So first of all, buying a bar from the Boneyard, when you get it, the first thing you do is go and inspect it and look and see what are the imperfections Rogue gave me. On all 3 of the bars that I bought, I have either not been able to find a blemish, or the blemish was so small that it was so difficult for me to find, no one would ever see it and I would never notice it. So basically, when I bought my bars from the Boneyard, I got 3 basically brand new bars. Well, they were brand new, with imperfections that if I was sold them new, I would have never noticed or even complained about. One of the biggest differences though in the Boneyard bars is the end caps of the Boneyard bars actually say Boneyard on them, versus an Ohio Power Bar end cap, which will say this. You can see that I actually have created a sticker for my Ohio Power Bar, so I have the real end caps on mine so that it looks, so that I personally can't tell the difference. But you can see the end caps are different. Now, that's really the only difference between these bars, is the end caps and the blemish. They're a new bar. As I said, there's no warranty. So let's kind of talk about if it's worth it to save that 30 to 40% versus some of the blemishes that people can have. So in my experience, obviously I have 3 bars from there myself, but I read about people's experiences all the time on the Discord, on the Reddit, on the Facebook group, to see like what are people getting. And based on reading that, I haven't officially added this up, but I would say in general, it seems like the majority of people, like 9 out of 10 people, get bars that, just like mine, either have no imperfection that they can find, or such a slight imperfection they can't really, it doesn't bother them, they would have accepted it as new. So for those people, it was 100% worth it. Then there's this 1 out of 10 people, maybe it's 1 out of 20 or 1 out of 30. It's a small percentage, but it is a percentage that gets barbells that look kind of crummy. They might have a big scratch on them that just looks bad but doesn't affect the bar. So in that case, I really wouldn't care personally, but some people might. The other issue is neural issues. So when there are neural blemishes on a bar, and the neural blemish is where you actually grip, that can actually impact your lifting. However, you're not going to get it replaced because that was the chance you took. So I have seen some bars that people have purchased where on their neural, right where they grip, there is a flat, there's no neural there, or double tack neural, or flat neural, or a big scratch or something in the neural there. Right where where they would personally put their hand. It was only one part of the bar, but it was just where they put their hand. In that case, some of those people have decided that the bar is not really usable for them. And their option at that point is to sell it on the used marketplace, because Rogue's not going to replace that, because that was the gamble that you take from buying a Boneyard bar. So that comes to the other side of this, the end. Is it worth buying a Boneyard barbell? In my opinion, if you are, so who should not buy a Boneyard bar? Let's start there. The person who should not buy a Boneyard barbell is the person who will be, if there's a scratch on the bar, they're going to be super annoyed. You just won't, you can't deal with that. You need it to be perfect. If you are that person, please do not buy a Boneyard barbell. If this is going to be your only barbell, so the other person that shouldn't buy, if this is going to be your only barbell, and if there's that blemish on the neural or something like that, and this is like all your money and that's all you have, and you're just going to be stuck with it and be angry, you probably should be saving up and getting new or looking elsewhere as well. If you're the type of person that won't care if there's a scratch, Boneyard bars are 100% worth it. They're a great discount, full new bar. And yeah, you're going to be able to get a new bar for basically 30 to 40% off, and probably not really have any, the chances are in your favor, the odds are in your favor that you're not going to have any imperfections on the thing. If you're like me and you already have like a main barbell and you're looking for a second, third, fourth, like I do, I just keep buying them. And you're also not really going to care too much, you're willing to take the chance that there's a scratch or whatever, just go ahead and buy a barbell. Go ahead and buy the Boneyard bar. Totally worth it for you guys. As I said, I'm a big fan of the Boneyard bars. I have 3 of them. They've saved me a significant amount of money for some great bars that I probably would have just not paid full. I would have never bought them if they were full price. It was just way out of my price range for what I wanted. You know, I got each of these for about 40% off, which is a huge discount for me. And I was willing to accept that there was a blemish, and who needs a warranty on a barbell? Like, if these things break, the last thing I'm concerned about is like that I shouldn't have to worry about a warranty on a nice barbell from a good company. So that's kind of like the things you consider when you're buying these. I mean, it's a gamble. Am I willing to take the risk? But the risk is really, really low because, as I said, the majority of people get good ones, so it's totally worth it. Now, what kind of bars are you going to find on the Boneyard? Every bar Rogue offers. They have other things on there too, like dumbbell handles and stuff. So you find a mix of everything on there. They really do have all their like kinds of different stuff on there. Mostly all barbells is what people go there for the Boneyard. You're going to find sometimes they'll have like they'll tell you exactly what you are buying, and sometimes they'll give you like kind of like a grab bag, like various options, various coatings, and you're not sure what to get. If you want to know about coatings and stuff, that's a different video about which bar you should actually buy. As you can see, my Bella bar is a Cerakote barbell that I got for my wife because she wanted pink. My deadlift bar that I have here is zinc. I just wanted the tri-zinc finish, and it was what was available at the time, so I got it. And my Ohio Power Bar is stainless steel, which is what I wanted. These were all different prices based on, their final price, but I saved on average 32% on each bar minimum. between like 32 and 40. You can see prices sometimes vary on the Boneyard. Sometimes they'll list stainless for much cheaper, and sometimes it'll be higher. Like it kind of depends, so you have to watch it. Rogue lists these Boneyard bars pretty much every week. They list Boneyard bars. Search around all the time. There are other ways to find out when they're actually when they actually come up, like immediately, but check their website once a day around lunchtime, afternoon. That's usually when they release them. Like late morning to late afternoon is when they put their bars on the Boneyard. Check once at lunch, check once before the end of the day, and you'll see the bars up there. When there's a bar in high demand on the Boneyard, it's gonna go quick. So you have to be quick and to make your purchase. So kind of know in your head, like, I'm looking for a Boneyard Ohio power bar that's stainless steel with chrome sleeves or whatever it is. And as soon as you see it, buy it, because it won't always last long. Sometimes they're up there for a week, and sometimes they're gone in 2 minutes. So if you know what you're trying to get and you see it up there and that's what you wanted, please go ahead and buy it right away. Otherwise, it will be gone. Road shipping takes really quick, so nothing to say about that. Having said that, one final thing I should say is, while I did say there's no warranty on your Boneyard bar, if you do get it, now Rogue guarantees that the bar is functional. If the bar is not functional, go talk to customer service and they probably will replace it. I've heard of them replacing Boneyard bars before, but I know for things like the knurl and scratches, they're not going to replace. But there are some other reasons why they will replace them. So, always feel free to reach out to Rogue customer support. But yeah, that's my video. As I said, I have 3 Rogue Boneyard barbells. I saved a ton of money by buying them. Mine have literally, if you looked at my bars, you would find no imperfection. I've been using them and my wife's been using hers. You would find no imperfections on them, and I got them for like 40% off. So huge savings, totally worth it. As I said, I told you who shouldn't buy one, and I told you who should. In my case, they're great for me, and I bought them. All right, later everybody.